YouTube Gunham here. Just a brief little update. I think you see what I'm getting on with. There's the Tripathia and there's the Guinevere, or the Huntress class. This is my battle cruiser, as it is. Obviously, I've not really done much with the rear section, but the front section, I believe, is done. So, let me give you a brief breakdown. Everywhere where there's a round bit is a point defense cannon, where the Tripathia doesn't have any point defense cannons, and this thing has two. This thing can afford to have a lot because it's giant in comparison. It's a battle cruiser, super rare, but there are a couple of them. So on the front there are 4 PDCs. There's obviously a ton of engines versus just 2. There's 8. And then there's a couple PDCs top and bottom. A couple of these forward guns, same as there, but that has 1, this is 2. And 8 point defense guns on the sides. That had just those guns there, and that was it. Oh wait, no, I take it back, there's theirs. So those and those. This obviously has 4 pairs in total here. There'll be another couple back there. No, maybe not. I think I'm going to reduce the weaponry back there a bit because it's the engine bay. But just the size of this thing. Multiple double cannons here on the slope pit, don't forget the bottom. And several single cannons up here. With several additional point defense guns up here. The symbol. And these represent torpedo tubes. Each one's a torpedo tube where the Guinevere, or the Gwen, has 2 tubes. This thing has 24 in each pack, in each battery. There are 4 batteries of 24. Here. I might put some more in the back, maybe not. Or maybe just missiles. So, yeah. However, I also did the midsection. Oh, and before I get to the midsection, I've done some of the heat sinks and hangars. There are 4 throughput hangars on this thing. But everywhere you see these big red bits are heat sinks. There's these 3 small ones here, one baby one, and these decent sized ones up here. They're not big, but they're not small. The main heat sinks are here on the sides. 4 large on each bit. Don't forget the other side. I had some spotlights to help. And this has this, but you take a look at the size, it's only 5 blocks and only 3 up for that. Whereas this is 5 up for this inner bit here. And it's also quite a few across. And there's 2 of them. So obviously it's quite capable. To help in defending it, there's quite a few point defense guns around on the front and back. I also decided that it might be a good idea if this thing has some massive amount of additional RCS. So there's these packs here in the middle, and then you can see there's these 5 packs of RCS units to help turn this thing. I mean, it is a behemoth, so of course it's going to need some assistance. And the ones in the middle there can assist in slowing down and speeding up the ship, though they're not really meant for that. It's good at fine adjustments. I still need to do the rear section, and the mid section I'm gonna say is done. I just need to add the doors. So there's that. Inside, you'd expect it is basically hollow. I'm not worried on the inside, I'm worried about the outside. So, yeah. I'm going to stick this in there. Because I can. So you can see where the 4 throughput hangars are and the other stuff. You can see where all the weapons are, so you can connect them if you want to. They're all over the place. Here's power pack. This is that bit here with the things, and then the rear section, which is not touched. besides a little bit, and you can see I've got some ways to go. I'm intending to put, instead of 4 pairs, I'm intending to put 6 pairs of main engines like this. So effectively this thing is that way smaller, or that is this, but way bigger. I'm not sure which came first, the Tripathia class or whatever battlecruiser class I'm going to name this. Maybe the battlecruiser came because of the war, but I think not. Maybe it came before the war, and they decided to upgrade it, and they gave it this for the war. And maybe I'll say that they had 7 of these things, or 12, so very few versus dozens or hundreds of those. So 7 or 12 of these, and after the war they had like 2. Or even just 1, but they do have at least 1 at the end of the war. I don't know. I'm going to add some more heat sinks, because you see the size of this thing, of course it's going to have some heat sinks. I mean, this thing only has heat sinks on these side bits. This thing only has heat sinks here. This thing, there, bottom. It's completely mirrored top and bottom. Yeah. Effectively, it's just that on crack. That's all it is. There aren't any big guns. That's what I'm thinking. How can I do that? Some sort of giant cannon, some battleship guns, and I'm thinking this spot. I'm thinking, no, that's a single, double, triple. Some sort of giant cannons here and bottom. So, I do want to do that, but beyond that, and I did add this coloring because with it all the same color, it blended in on where all the edges were too perfectly. So I've done what I can to cut out a lot of the edges with different colors. The blue, the dark gray, and this just to show different colors. These and this are actually 2 different colors. Actually, if you come in the back here, it goes the same. You can see, because of the flat and the angles are actually different colors, even though it's the same color. It's weird like that. But this one is actually the same as that one, though it doesn't look it. It actually is when you come back here and turn off the light. So you have the standard gray, which is the top one, I believe. You have a different gray, cream white, white. Yeah, you actually white, cream white, gray, dark gray. So I'm not using black yet. I haven't used it yet, I don't think. Maybe I should. I decided to make all the guns in a lighter gray. I have this as my standard. You have that there in case you want it. And this is the one I use for the lighter stuff. This is the red I use for the nose, and this is the blue I use for that. Here's that dark gray. Black is easy. Here's the one white, here's the other white. Here's the torpedoes. I haven't used this one, this one, this one, this one, or this one, or that one yet. I think I might change the engine cowling. I mean, because this is black. I might change the engine cowling a bit. I'm not sure. I could just change the engines themselves. Oh yeah. Oh, why didn't I do that before? You. Blink. There we go. That's much better. Alright, so now I've used the black on the engines, and yeah, that does look a lot better. I had you see how the rear had all that giant thing and that up there and there? I had that here, but then as I added stuff, I started covering it up. And I peeled this back. I wanted to give an idea of this. There's like cut down area. I went and did that and a lot more, but decided it'd be better if I just peel it, or not peel it, put it back, excuse me. It was the entire length, as you can see it is there, except for where the engines are, but I think it's better like this, a few areas to give some additional detail. Then there's this, which actually cuts in, which, and same with the back, and the back it loops around to this. This actually sticks out. This is flush with that, but you can see this is lip. And this is just a sawed going down to separate the two. Excuse me. Never mind. I decided to add the smoothness here, and I had it where this actually was the same as all the rest of these, but I wanted to show the gun more, so I decided to put that in. It should be continuing and going around, but gun. Yeah. Again, everything's... Why? Go away. Let me guess. Yep. Yep. Why? There isn't anything else weird, is there? No. Alright, so I'm gonna do those big guns here and there, obviously. I think I'm just gonna leave this blank. Torpedoes there, missiles in the back. The back, I think I'm just gonna leave empty. Just say it's engines and fuel, but very, very few guns. I'm gonna add some because, again, there's this, but you see how few this has. You have the one there and this bit there. Instead of having that there, I've got a double up front. I'm gonna have a double in the back. So some PDCs on the side, some PDCs top, and on the rear somehow. But with the engines, I'll figure it out. But as for cannons, I'll put a couple of guns there, a couple of those doubles there. The singles, I'm not sure. But maybe I'm going to have a little fun. I mean, a couple battleship cannons is good, but maybe I'll stick a couple more back here, just for the heck of it. It is a battleship. Don't want anything there or say that that's just for internal stuff. So a couple battleship guns there, a couple battleship guns there, to really give it some punch. That might help. Okay, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about this ship, and go watch the Sojourn from SpaceDock. Take care.